Senator and Senate Armed Services Committee member, much more kind enough to join us. Senator, good to have you back.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks for having me on.
What do you think happens now?
Well, right now we're still trying to get a bipartisan bill through that will secure the border and also do national security. There's a lot of poison pills that was put in late by the White House. Keep in mind, James Lankford, when he started negotiating this in the Senate, we started this in late September, 1st of October. The White House didn't even engage with the Senate or with James Lankford until the week before Christmas. The bill before that we had negotiated a little bit with Kirsten Sinema and in a bipartisan manner was pretty workable. I think it was something that would have got a lot of the things done that we needed to do, that reversed the executive orders that Biden put in place day one. But when the White House got involved, they started insisting on things that we just couldn't accept. I mean, we saw the package out there. My thing when I go into negotiating on any type of deal is I want 110%. I'll negotiate down to 70 and I'll walk away at 69%. This wasn't even 50-50. This was leaning way towards what the Democrats wanted, and that was to not secure the border. Keep in mind, they've had 3 years, Neil, to secure the border. In the first 100 days, President Biden put in 94 executive orders that reversed all the policies that Trump had in place. And when Trump was in office, we had one of the most secure borders we'd had in decades. So for him to blame it on us now is nothing but playing politics. He wanted the bill to fail so he could do just exactly what he's doing, blame it on Republicans, when he could have done it. He could do it today if he wanted to and secure the border.
You know, Senator, you're far more attuned to this than I am, but I talked to a border official earlier in the past week who certainly actually blamed both parties, more the president, to his point. But he did blame a lot on Mexico, that they give us lip service when they talk about trying to control all the masses coming here. He's hopeful that a new presidential election might change that the two women who are vying for Calderon's seat, he's limited to one term, will be more open to working with the U.S. But he's not optimistic. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't disagree with anything that he's saying, but we could simply, we don't have to wait on Mexico to play politics with this. We could simply put back in place Trump, or Biden could put in Trump heirs remain back in Mexico. Or how about the agreement we have between Canada, United States, and Mexico right now, where we have safe country status, where they have to claim asylum in the first country they come to if it's a safe country, and Mexico considers a safe country. We could reinstate that today, and what would happen, all these individuals that's crossing through Mexico into the United States wouldn't be able to enter. For instance, the 21,000 Chinese illegal aliens that crossed last month, every one of them would have to stay in Mexico. The Venezuelans, 18,000 Venezuelans that are mostly criminals that crossed in the United States last month would have to stay in Mexico. If you think about it, we had over 100,000 illegal crossings last month, and only 18,000 of them was from Mexico. So if the president just simply reinstated safe country status, where they had to claim it in the first country they went to, we would cut by 80% the illegal crossings at the border. That's such a simple thing he could do, and it's already in law.
Isn't that complicated, Senator, by the countries? I was surprised that countries like Venezuela, will not accept those who we want to push back or deport back there. And one of them was this guy who was maybe behind the killing of this poor woman in Georgia. I can't fathom that. In other words, we're saying, we're going to deport you, and the country in question is saying we don't want them. How do we deal with that?
Well, how we deal with that is we don't allow them to come into the country to begin with. I mean, we would have a barrier.
Let's say they're already in. I get what you're saying, Senator. They're already in. We want to say you got to go, and the country in question isn't taking them. I just can't fathom it.
You know, I have a hard time really understanding that too, because they're going to have a hard time stopping one of our flights from landing and kicking the people out and then taking back off again. They're going to have a hard time explaining why they would shoot down a plane if we did that. I know that's not politically correct, but I'm just saying that the politics behind that, I don't quite understand either, because if they enter our country illegally, we should easily be able to push them right back out and deport them. At the very least, we should be rounding these individuals up. These states now and these cities that are claiming sanctuary cities, at this point, it's such a joke. We need to be rounding these individuals up, but we could take away one large incentive too. We could end the taxpayers subsidizing these illegal aliens. We could end the funds that were given to them. We could end the automatic parole process. Neil, do you realize that right now, 85% of the individuals that cross the southern border are automatically paroled? 85. What I mean by paroled is they're giving a court date to say to show back up in 6 to 10 years. And at that point, they're legally inside the United States and they're legally able to apply for our SNAP programs and Social Security benefits.
Incredible.
We're funding these individuals at a tune of 10 million people inside the United States right now that are here illegally. That's twice the population of Oklahoma. It is absolutely ridiculous what's happening right now. And Biden could fix it today if he chose to.
Yeah, and most of those 10 million probably not going anywhere for the time being. Senator, thank you very much. Have a safe weekend.
Neil, thanks for having me on.